The laughing stock of streaming is now king of the hill. We're talking about Tubi. So many people
Man.
make fun of Tubi. And now for May, in the ratings, Nielsen, they had over 1 million viewers, outperforming Disney, Paramount Plus, and all the other streaming services. Are you at all surprised at that?
You know what? Let me tell you what's so crazy, Isaiah. You know, again, Fox, of course, is owned by Tubi, of course, and what Tubi owns, Fox owns Tubi, and Tubi's always been a streaming service, number one, that's free, right? So people have an opportunity to go on, look at it just like they look at YouTube. So again, and it shows and produces great work, right? So you're watching Boys in the Hood, you're watching things that you grew up watching as a kid, and to be able to not have to pay Disney or Paramount to do that makes an extremely huge difference, especially when these damn kids is out of school.
It's all part of a new program we like to call Deep Hurting. Deep Hurting.
Well, Disney isn't paying attention to their critics, and it continues their failure on that. And we've seen it from their Disney Plus channel and the complete disaster of The Acolyte to their theme parks situation that, you have Tiana's Bayou eventually replacing Splash Mountain, how much of a disaster that's been, to Epcot's Communicore, how, they just literally pumped millions into renovations, and all they did was just open a, mostly a area just for people to sit down. I mean, it is such a joke, this company. And there's more to come. You have, at the time of this recording, it hasn't been released yet, but you have James O'Keefe has some Disney tapes out there. We'll hear about this, and we'll probably most likely talk about it next week. There's some things that they've gotten on tape that could change the situation for Disney and put them even further in trouble. Now, switching into streaming, one thing that I've been saying, and unfortunately Nielsen has changed the way they their mathematics in a way, the way they've been putting together their labeling. Hopefully that it'll readjust next month. But the thing is that what's being shown now is that Disney is losing ground. Same as Peacock, same as Paramount Plus. People are not willing to pay extraordinary prices on streaming. I mean, you're paying like $16 to $25 for streaming. But the thing about it is there's tons of free streaming out there. Sites that have really good movies, Pluto TV, Stir, and including what we're going to discuss today is Tubi TV. And I said this well over a year ago. Tubi is the dark horse in this situation. They are the dark horse. I said that, nobody's looking at Tubi TV. That basically they are on a rise right now. Right now, YouTube is still king on top with Netflix. And of course, that's going to take a lot more to get to that level. But Tubi's on its way there. They could be part of the three. There were three networks at one point. Could it be YouTube, Netflix, and Tubi to be the top three up there, the top three networks? It's possible. It is possible. Now, the Los Angeles Times and Cord Cutter News have released an article on numbers that have been out. And it is real big numbers. I mean, this changes the game for Tubi TV, that they've surpassed in viewership Disney Plus. Yeah, that's right, folks. And we're going to read into this. The free streaming service Tubi grows and is now more popular than Disney Plus, Peacock, and Paramount Plus as cord cutters embrace free. The rapid growth of cord cutting has led to a massive growth in streaming services and, most recently, the growth of free ad-supported streaming services. Tubi has been riding on the growth of free ad-supported streaming services to the most watched month ever in May. Tubi averaged 1 million viewers during May of 2024, according to a report from the Los Angeles Times. That is more than Disney Plus had at 969 viewers and only behind YouTube. Tubi offers more than 250,000 movies and TV episodes. It is the most popular group of viewers is the so-called cord never, a group of people who have never paid for cable TV and always have been cord cutters. Maybe the most surprising fact, even though that Tubi offers hundreds of live channels, 90% of its viewing is on demand. That should tell you something. That should really tell you something. And this is why there's still Tubi, even though Pluto has been profitable, Tubi still beats them out, hands down. Tubi's focus on demand is different from Pluto TV, one of its main competitors that focuses on live channels. Both services have seen strong growth and has been able to ride high on cord cutters looking to cut costs. In 2024, the fastest growing market in the cord cutting is free ad-supported streaming. This growth by Tubi in 2024 points to that trend continuing as cord cutters looks to cut cost on streaming, not just cable. And that is correct. I myself, okay, here's what I've done. Now, we've moved into this new studio facility, and also we've moved our home also as well. Our setup is basically the new streaming boxes that are out now. We have Fios here. We switched over from, our boxes were pretty old from what we were told. The streaming boxes that we have now basically gives us a little bit of both worlds. It gives us access to cable, obviously, but it also gives us access to streaming. In other words, any streaming app and stuff like that, HBO, excuse me, Max now, it's called Max, YouTube, Crunchyroll, High Dive, all that great stuff is in there. And the second half of this, which is really, really good, is that we have multiple boxes in all of our rooms. So, one room has one box, another one has another on that. Now, normally when you wire in cable, you have to wire, you got to go through splitters, which is, there is certain problems, certain issues with that, because there are, on occasion, and it happened to me, is signal situation where you split the signal. You get a loss of channels sometimes through the cable box, depending on the type of cable box and situation, and that happens from time to time. This new system, basically, you hook up one main box. That main box, which is like, say, your living room, goes from the main, hooks directly into the system. Then every other box in the house is they are Wi-Fi. In other words, the only wire that is in that box is the wire that comes out of it to the outlet and to the TV. Everything else, it's a signal in. In other words, there's a little box on top of the other box that it sends the signal back and forth through the Wi-Fi system, so you're able to access all of your channels, everything on there, so you don't really need that situation. But like I said, Tubi, you can get Tubi on this system on there. To have a free thing like Tubi, and you're looking at there's a lot of great stuff on there. I mean, recently they've added so much on there. You can get Speed Racer on there. We talked about, I don't know if you saw the other video, that you're able to get in Japanese. The English version of Speed Racer is available on Tubi TV. There's stuff like Chico and the Man. You have a lot of Godzilla stuff on there now, especially now that the Heisei is coming. Criterion is coming out with a Heisei box set. You have a lot of other TV shows, horror films. I just saw a horror film. It's an oldie when I was a kid. It Comes from Hell, I think it's called. It's about a big tree monster. If you have not seen it, it's an insane movie. I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I know Spenguli has shown this. So it's a kind of a trip down memory lane. There's a lot of great films on there. And also there's stuff there that from Latin America, you know, on there. There's stuff from India. There's stuff from all over the place. And also a lot of the American films are also dubbed in Spanish as well, because they're getting into Latin America. And remember, right now, Tubi is beginning the plan to expand into Europe and Asia down the line. So that's going to happen eventually. With the popularity that it is free, and I'll tell you, their commercials are not as bad as I think Pluto has, I think, one of the worst as far as commercial-wise. Tubi's not that bad. They're pretty quick. They're to the point, and you're back to your programming. And it doesn't come up like every 10 seconds like Pluto does. You know, and more and more people are starting to move. Remember, this company was built, the Tubi was built upon, they were originally on their own. They were bought by Fox itself with the money that when Fox sold their entertainment division off to Disney, they've spent, $400 million for Tubi TV. Look where they're at now. They're going to be making billions. They've already slated to do at least $1 billion in ad revenue by next year. They're doing over $800 million in just revenue alone. I mean, they're going into the black, whereas everybody else is going into the red. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts about this. I mean, are you watching Tubi? Have you not watched Tubi? Do you plan to watch it? I mean, it's free. You know, those critics, we used to have critics out there, and, you know, they've been pretty silent now these days, that they used to say, well, they're not going to stay free forever. No. Looks like they are. Could it change in another couple more years? Probably. But they're making money now. Why change if you're making money now? Why make that mistake? See, that's why you have the other companies like Disney and all that want to do a ad-supported section of their streaming app, but they won't get to the point where Tubi is right now. So comment, like, share, and maybe today's the day I earn your subscription. Also, please stay tuned at the end where we give you a little bit more to this, where you can help support this channel. And I thank those of you for supporting us here on all of our social media platforms. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.